Hello guys and welcome to the Overnight Coder. Today we're talking about building out a directory with a little bit more custom features than what I could actually do with Listing Pro. Now I do want to state that Listing Pro out of the box is probably the best solution for a non-developer, non-coder, somebody who doesn't have time. So if you hop on over to themeforest.net, you search for Listing Pro. This is actually the solution right here that I've been using for over 60, 70 websites. Obviously, I'm a web developer, but I've had my hands in over 100 of these. This is the end-to-end WP directory and listing theme. So if you're not comfortable, with developing or styling, Listing Pro is the #1 bestseller in ThemeForest for building out a directory. I've tried 5 to 6 directories already, as well as I have experience with other directories with client sites. I just couldn't find what Listing Pro had. Now I will tell you that if you want custom solutions, that Listing Pro is in the best format. It's like a pizza place, right? So you have 20 friends, you're all going out to eat, and it's a party, and you go to this pizza place, and everybody wants pizza except for you, right? And you want a taco. Well, a lot of times, if you tell that pizza place, like, look, man, I know it's not on your menu, but I got 100 extra bucks. I'm just looking for a taco. Like, a lot of times, they don't have the capabilities, or they don't have it in the menu. They don't have anything specialized to make that taco for you. So, we're going to be talking today about a different solution. It is a custom solution. Again, I want to reiterate, one of these Listing Pro directories, if I sat down and just did it from start to finish, I can knock out a Listing Pro directory with a little bit of custom CSS styling, a little bit of custom code, not that it's needed, and I can have it done in 2-3 days tops. Maybe even a day if I was just like die hard. That's colors, logo, everything ready to go and ready for a client or ready for myself to start utilizing. So again, Listing Pro, best solution out of the box, and especially for 69 bucks, you're not going to beat it. Today, we are talking about something a little bit different. Because I built all these directories, and I'm getting a lot of people saying, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Well, Listing Pro can do that, whether it's a plugin or custom coding. Some people might not like the price on the custom coding. I had a client ask me 12 to 15 questions on, can we do this extra stuff with Listing Pro? And while some of it was yes, some of it was... the answer was, I don't really know. Like, I'll have to test it on a test server and make sure that the integration works. And again, out of the box, Listing Pro is great. So don't get me wrong, I don't work for Listing Pro. I'm not affiliated with Listing Pro. I just had a lot of success out of the box building Listing Pro web directories. Oh, that brings me to today. So I wanted something for my site that I could go further with. And by going further with, I want to add, user reviews, which yes, Listing Pro does. I want to add different post types, whether it's shops, whether it's schools. I wanted to add a user integration system where people could message each other. I wanted more integration. And the styling I'm not too worried about. When I go into this, could I have done this with Listing Pro? I could have. I would have had to open up 2 or 3 different templates, loop templates, and things like that. But I ended up going with a custom solution. And what I mean by custom is I took the bare bones theme, bare bones theme, which is Hello Elementor. I'm really proficient with Elementor. So I'm going to show you this in the back end. Themes. Just the Hello Elementor theme. Obviously, I loaded the child theme, but I haven't had really any customization in the child theme. It's just my best practice. And a dynamic content plugin and Elementor Pro. And with that, I'm enabled to kind of add anything that I want. So I'll show you my listings are different. I have shops and schools and writing locations. Shops and schools would be your generic listing that most listings have, but of course I styled them the way that I wanted. And again, that could have been done with Listing Pro, just with a lot of customization there. So I actually styled these from scratch. They don't look too bad, when you click into them. I designed the next page. It still needs a sidebar and advertisement, but as you can see, it was exactly what I wanted in my system. Now for writing locations, which I spent a little bit more time on. Now there's a bunch of things that you're not going to see here, and I'll show you that in a minute. But for writing locations, this is actually what I pride my theme off of, or my new directory. And I still have Listing Pro directories as well. But I prided this off of people being able to submit this, being able to see that submitted content. And you'll see I've totally allocated exactly what I wanted on the card detail. As far as the listing detail, you're going to see the same thing. Still missing a sidebar, but exactly what I wanted in here. Now, I had another client ask me about 12 to 15 questions as well. Hey, can we do this with this solution? Can we do that with that solution? Can we do this? And with this method, there was nothing that I really, just even thinking about it, that we couldn't do. So, of course, this is going to require something totally custom. I'll be honest, with Listing Pro, somebody could give me colors, their niche, their idea. I could design the site with just that. You know, if they wanted to add some special stuff, that's cool. But I've had a lot of clients just be like, hey, look, I just have my colors and my logo. This is what I'm trying to do. This is my niche. This is my location. And I can build it just on that. With this, we add everything that you want to add with no fluff and just what you need. You know, so the extras here, it's showing the user submitted information. It's showing the wind statistics, the best wind direction. But of course, I've added all this custom, and of course, you have to design the whole page. So that is not going to be an everybody solution, right? It's not going to be for everybody. Same thing, the news section so far, still missing the sidebar, but you're able to allocate exactly what you want. You're not stuck with like some type of theme dedication to blog posts or anything specific to that. Writing locations, got the map submitted out. Same thing as Listing Pro. I actually use that as a good design background of how I wanted this to be set up. But of course, we've got some things that will tidy in there that will just make it a little bit more custom to the user. Let's just go into this one. I think it's just basic information, but perfect. I just wanted to show you this, guys, just so everybody was open to the idea. Yes, Listing Pro is still best out of the box. If you're looking for something more custom, I can make a few recommendations. If you have the time, you have the ability to style something out. So you remember when I say style something out, I mean you have to deck all this out. This isn't it just comes like this. You have to be proactive to what you actually want on your site. And of course, I can develop this as well. So if it's something where you want to work hand in hand, I will show you shops and schools. A little bit different, right? I'm showing the premium listings, which are big cards. The free listings are obviously just in a standard format with lazy load that keep going down. Of course, you can sort those as well. So really cool solution. Just wanted to show you guys, what I've been working on. I've developed 3 or 4 sites like this so far, just with the new solution. Again, Listing Pro is really overpowerful if you just want to learn, kind of do things on your own. This system, I'll show you a little bit about the back end, but before I do, the big thing was Listing Pro wasn't affecting my SEO. So I had read all the reports that say that, Listing Pro, or not Listing Pro, but SEO is going to be a big factor on page speed, and if your page speed, Google's not going to recognize you. Well, this old directory that was actually on Listing Pro, because it was my test site, I was actually ranking on page 1 on Google on a bunch of the terms that I tried on. So I wasn't having that issue that people were saying, through 2021 you're going to have that issue. So, but one of the big concerns was, yes, my mobile page speed score was down. Like I think I was like a 9 on my mobile, my page speed insights. But my desktop version, I want to say it was like, it bounced. Like when I refresh my page, I would be like a 69, and then it'd be like 84. And then I refresh the page again. And of course, I understand that's part of the page insights, and that's just what it does on any design that I've done that's WordPress. But I just wanted something that reached a little bit higher than that. So that's why I was testing a new service. I didn't want to do all the custom work, have to upgrade all the plugins, and do all that. Again, Listing Pro, best out of the box. Latest performance, just so you guys can see. This is just still my testing site. I'm working on a couple things, so I'm running 96 and 98. Page insights, this is mobile, as you can see. I actually run higher than an 85. The highest I got it was 99. But right now, I'm still happy with 85, but because I'm still testing some things, I am using, and this is the first time for this site I've ever bought a premium plugin for catching. I am using WP Rocket. Still kind of playing around with the settings because I'm not the best with, I'm just new to the plugin. So I'm sure that there are some things that are bouncing around, but overall, I'm happy with my scores. And again, I wasn't affected by low page speed scores. And just to get it straight, my site was actually fast on mobile. So I know the algorithms were saying I was slow on mobile, but if you pulled it up on a mobile phone when I had Listing Pro, it wasn't slow. So, and I was on page one for most of the terms that I knew would be there. So it wasn't really affecting me. So I know a lot of people are stuck on the page speed score of most heavy themes, like Listing Pro is very integrative. But don't let that shy you away from a theme. I got a lot of people saying, "Oh, I just can't deal with that." It wasn't preventing me from doing anything. So just to show you a little bit on the back end, WP Rocket, I actually went with Yoast Premium, which again, I never went with Yoast Premium, but there was a lot of features in there that I could just really work with. I will show you how this works. So I do have a few plugins here. Matter of fact, while we're looking at that, I do have some integrations. When you're looking at it, you're like, Tim, you don't have a search bar. I do. I've turned them off for now, just so I can focus on some of the things that I'm seeing. As you can see, there's a search bar here that I had no problem submitting. I actually have the browse by region, which is a carousel, which doesn't look good when it's hidden, but it actually does look really good when I turn it on. Just working on those search terms there. A lot of things are just kind of disabled because the site is live until I get more time to work it out. I do have a custom dashboard. It's not as pretty as Listing Pro, but I'm working on that, and it is functional. With that being said, add writing location. Same type of Listing Pro. You can add, submit, whatever you want. You fill out this content. And then for the shops and schools, what I'm really happy with is I get to dictate the terms. And there was nothing really wrong with Listing Pro's submission, but I wanted to reorder some things. And I could have done that with custom coding, but I think that every client wants something different. I ran a poll in the Facebook group that we run, which has almost 900 members for Listing Pro theme. And the poll, a lot of people were mixed. Some people said, before you submit a listing, you should be able to make a payment. So you show them the plans, they make a payment, then they go to the submit listing, which is how Listing Pro works. Well, not taking the payment, but showing them the plans and then submitting a listing, then paying. But they said some people drop off after that. And then I had some people come around and say, well, no, we like the fact that you can show them something, make them pay, and then go into it. And then some people said, no, let them submit a listing so all the information is in there, and then make a payment. And then there's payment integration. All right, we can't use WooCommerce. Well, technically, out of the box, you can't use WooCommerce or any payment solution. You either have to buy one of the $99 add-ons, which is well worth it, but not everything was allocated, so you had to get some type of custom coding there. I feel like with a custom solution, we can drop anything in here, right? So right now, you won't be able to see it on this site, but I can do payment first, I can do payment second, I can do payment when they're done. I can go through multi-step processes, where, hey, first log in, so I get your email, then submit your information, then pay, then get me. So there's just so much that I could do here, and that's kind of why I upgraded and wanted to show you guys this. There's just so much that, yes, you can kind of do your own solution. What about payment integrations? If your payment solution has buttons, super easy, right? We make a payment, we go to a redirect page, it takes you to the submit location. WooCommerce, yes, it's possible. Anything that you're thinking, as long as there's a payment gateway for that, or you sign up to your own payment gateway, there's really nothing preventing this. And that's why I moved. I'm still doing Listing Pro, don't worry. Still have a bunch of directories there. But for this site specifically, I wanted to be able to build the world, right? I wanted that taco in that pizza location. And I think that's why I just want to show you it as an option, but of course, a lot of work goes into it. Let me show you. So if we look at post types, I've got a couple different post types. I've got writing locations, which is a listing, shops and schools, which is a different type of listing, different look. And then I've also got the advertisements, which will be rolled in here as well. You'll see those over here. Advertisements, writing locations, shops and schools. If we go into those writing locations, you have to literally create everything. And that's why this solution is not for everybody, right? You have to submit everything that you would actually want. So I have the title, location and address, general information. I wanted all this extra: windy season, best for direction, restroom, showers, when do I need a wetsuit, and it just goes on to what I wanted. And of course, you still have the same taxonomies. Can you sort by water type? Can you sort by region? Can you sort by windy months? So a lot of work went into this. We're just kind of doing something similar. We are doing, let me see if it's in here. I don't think that's going to be it. Whoops. The event. You just see it. I didn't prep for this one. This is one I'm just working on, which is going to have almost the same similar style. You've got your wedding vendors. It's going to have vendors, events. It's going to have blog posts, and we did the same type of listing here. That you can see, these are going to be events kind of on a carousel. These are the blog posts, and each individual one, again, this next page, trust me, I'm not done with this page, but this is just something we're working on. Total custom layout, whatever the client needs for each individual setup can definitely be done with this solution. So contact me if you want more information, or if not, I do have a Facebook group that we all join in for Listing Pro. Let me reiterate. If you're working on a Listing Pro project and need help, it's Listing Pro theme. Request access. We've got a bunch of information here. There's posts daily. Again, there's 870, almost 900 members here. Really good group of just people willing to help with Listing Pro for free and keep the momentum going for these directory sites. I appreciate you guys' time today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. My email is x@overnightcoder.com. You can also check out overnight.com and hit the contact page. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button. I'm doing really well. 1,500 subscribers isn't a lot, but the money I've made just creating Listing Pro and directories alone is superb. So I want to thank you guys for joining the group. I want to thank you for your activity on my channel with such a small subscriber amount. You guys have a wonderful day. Hope you guys enjoyed the 4th if you're in the States, and I'll talk to you guys soon.